welcome to another episode of the Margin Max Minute. Thanks for joining me. Today, we're going to get into session 5 with regard to cost reduction strategies that ultimately will help you increase your margin and have a great 2024. Today, I want to talk about employee training and skill development. We all know investing in employee skill development is absolutely a key success factor when done correctly. We have frustrations, though, especially as small business owners, where we see that college graduates, for instance, in certain generational profiles, might only stay in a job for 12 to 18 months. How do we get individual professionals like that productive? Even if they show up with some experience from other jobs, we still have to get them down a learning curve. There's a new mantra out there called train up. It essentially means adding new skills in new disciplines. It came up and has gained popularity and some traction out there in the world because of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Now, your data automation plan, which we've talked about just last week, and go back and listen to that one again, will drive artificial intelligence and machine learning. But first, you have to add those skills. And today I want to talk more generally about employee training and development. So how do we go about this? Rather than get into a very detailed process, which I will have another piece of the Fit Professional One media in a process which I call discretionary time management, or DTM. Really excited about it. It's going to be at least a digital book, if not a full hard copy, and have a bunch of associated master's classes with it as well. I'm actually working on it in 2024 here. But in the meantime, you might have a process already that's working reasonably well for you. We want to just cover 5 different basic criteria that should be included as we assess employees. I mean, after all, we're really starting with a needs assessment. That's number 1. We want to identify the skill gaps between where we are now on per individual basis and where we need those people to go. That gets into all kinds of things like process design, organizational design, to really pull that off correctly. But we do need a needs assessment to assess where we are right away. The next one is to consider interactive learning. Essentially, this means hands-on. Is it more of an apprentice role? Is it where somebody is demonstrating something and then saying, hey, you try it? It really helps improve the success and shorten the learning curve for human beings. The next one is to just accept. And the third criteria that I want to bring up in general is we want to try to establish continuous learning cultures at our companies. In other words, training up and adding skills is something we have to continuously do because our markets are changing. Our customers are changing. Everybody's got pressures on them to perform and maintain margins so we can be there the next fiscal year or the next cycle to help people move forward. So a continuous learning culture is absolutely fostered by having excellent training programs that are effective so that the employees feel and understand and really can validate that they've learned skills that they can use in their job. Next, we have the classic feedback and evaluation. Feedback and evaluation is really important. We have to also understand that we have to point out performance expectations and the high bar that we're chasing in our organization. And lastly, integrating technology. In today's day and age, there is so much out there that you can simply do a web search and find a specific course if you spend some time, or one that is more applicable to the skill gap you're trying to fill. So those 5 elements: needs assessment, interactive learning, continuous learning culture, feedback and evaluation, and technology integration should be incorporated into your training and skill development for your employees. If you make sure you cover those, you're going to have a substantially better impact on reducing costs and therefore improving margins. In closing, I want to cover 5 benefits of employee skill development and training. The first one are pretty obvious. We're after productivity and efficiencies. What happens when we train people, we get them on process at quality, we reduce time, we reduce waste, we save rework because of mistakes, and often we create time to chase additional profitable revenue. The second one is when we train employees, we reduce turnover costs. Typically, employees that are well-trained are more apt to have an emotional connection, AKA feel better about their job and be able to validate it through results they're getting on a daily basis. Third, the quality of work goes up. I mentioned that a little bit before, but when the quality of work goes at or beyond the minimum standard that we want, we start to be able, in an efficient manner, to satisfy customers on a higher degree. Next, constant training creates the opportunity for employees to be innovative and to adapt to changing market conditions, to adapt to changing customer needs. This is very important. If you're at a basic level of understanding of your role, you're just barely getting by, that particular employee set is not going to have the opportunity to be able to back off a little bit, see the big picture, see process innovation, see opportunities, and frankly, even identify additional skill gaps that are going to be needed for that individual or the company to satisfy customer needs going into the future. And lastly, customer satisfaction. By training our employees, we are going to perform better on our service or product offering, and again, have less rework, less errors, and be on time more. Whatever your particular context is for what makes you a successful vendor or service provider for your particular customer group is going to be drastically improved. So customer service goes up. Again, the reasons to do this is increased productivity and efficiency, reduced turnover cost, improved quality of work, innovation and adaptability, and customer satisfaction. So with that, if you need help on any of these, please contact me, the Fit Professional One, at fitprofessional1.com. Ask for a free, no charge consult, and we'll just see if we have an alignment where we can help you implement these ideas to reduce costs and therefore improve margins. Next time, we're going to be talking specifically about quality management and how that helps reduce costs. So until then, I look forward to seeing you next time here at the Margin Max Minute. I wish you the very best week. And until then, it's time to get to work.